Good morning. Good morning, y'all. Today is tree trimming day. And you know how we can equate this to our real life? Sometimes you have to trim some people out of your life. Hmm. Connected with not just people in your life, things that it's time for you to get rid of. Things you're trying to get rid of, people you need to get rid of. Um, yeah, it's trimming day. Time to trim some things away. You know how they say you eat what's for you and trim the fat off of it, you know? So it's trimming day. But we out here trimming trees. So this is my tree that I'm about to trim. I showed it to y'all um the other day. Because I told y'all this where I want my watermelon to run up this, well, not run up the tree, but to grow on the ground in this area. But in order for me to walk over here and do the things I need to do without getting snatched up and everything by everything, and then I need to see what's all over here and everything. So I got to clean did up some. And I'll trim at the trees, and then, we need to we'll handle what's on the ground after taking care of that stuff. So I'm finna pull some limbs down. My husband started helping me yesterday to start the project, and he got an injury already. So I'm all out. I'm so sorry I knocked y'all down. Please forgive me. I'm walking by, dragging limbs, and took y'all right on down to the ground with the limbs. So see, just that quick moving those two pieces, we already looking a little bit more clearer. Let me move y'all to another place so I don't knock y'all down again. Taking y'all on the roller coaster ride again. But yeah, like I said, today is trimming day. And trimming day for me, equating it to my life, you know, your life, whatever you want to equate it to. Uh, but in the garden, we try to equate whatever work we're doing out here in the garden, equate, see what it's like to look into our life and compare it to the things we outside doing in the garden. And so today we are trimming, which sometimes can mean you need to trim some things out of your life, like people, places, things, you know, any of that stuff. If it's time to trim, get to trimming. And I know it's a process. Sometimes it takes longer for some than others. Like, good morning, Miss Coffee. Good morning. Um, and I was thinking about how much I despise, like, if somebody borrow money from you and then they say, "Oh, I'll pay you back tomorrow," or they'll give you part of it and say, "I'll give it the rest back to you tomorrow," and then tomorrow comes and they walk around you as if you don't know that they owe you. I'm like, if you walking around somebody and you done told them you borrowed money from them, and I'm just using money, this can be equated to anything. If you borrow, and let me say this, uh, to me, family, friends, whatever, I'm talking all the same. Because I'm telling you, even if it's family that's borrowing from you and they do that to you and don't give it back to you, um, you done put a match to your bridge already. So it's only so many times you're gonna be able to do that before you be able to go back to that dependable person and ask them, can you borrow something? And then you don't be able to get your needs met because you lie about everything. Those kind of people is the kind of people that I'm talking about. You may need to trim. Sometimes trimming is you do a little bit at a time. You snip, snip, and snip. See this little tool that I'm using all the time, it don't allow you to cut down the whole limb. So like that little limb sticking down right there, I need a tool that's a little bit bigger to snip that off. But the ends of it that I can snip off, which meaning the part where I'm at in my process right now, the part of my process that I'm able to trim it off. And that's what I'm talking about. Go ahead and trim them the little pieces off, because even though they little pieces that you trimming off, you still getting the job done. So, those people that's not beneficial for you, start to trim them away a little bit at a time. Sometimes it take longer. Sometimes it take a real short time to go ahead and do it. But today we out here trimming in the garden. Anybody else got a story about trimming something away? What other ways can we trim things in our life? We about trimming today. But we still in the garden. This thing hurt too. I need my gloves, but I usually have them in my pocket, and I don't. So Joe, you crazy. Good morning to you. Oh, you got vines to swing on out here. Which one you swinging on, boy? Oh my goodness. You are crazy, Joe. Well, y'all, I'm glad I put my boots on today because it's a piece of barb wire I just got caught in. And it would have ripped me up some. Cut me one time. Dang. I done got cut it. Okay, so y'all, we done lit our fire to burn up our limbs we done trimmed for the day. And I don't know how much more of them I'm going to trim. I think I'll probably see one or one little limb that I need to trim. But for the most part, I want it to be cleared up. So like when I got my watermelon growing in this area right here, it's gonna get mowed and raked all out and see how good I can get it leveled out and everything. So this will be the area that I'll train my watermelon to come over in this area and be lovely, be great. If we gonna get some watermelon this year, but I don't got no problem believing in that. I believe we gonna have some good old watermelon this year. Even though I don't eat watermelon, I enjoy seeing them grow, and that's what we about over here growing. Ooh, y'all just got snagged by a piece of barbed wire. Ugh, that junk hurt. Miss Coffee, I get a lot of people saying that they enjoy the sound of the sprinklers. Sometimes I just be like, I ain't saying nothing, or I ain't doing nothing, so I might as well turn the video off. But you don't know how many people be telling me I be here a lot of times for the sprinkler. Thanks for the message too. And just like that to me, that's one of the main things I love about coming out to the garden is hearing those sprinklers go. It's something about them sprinklers. And I don't care what time of the year it is, if you hear a sprinkle, it always reminds you of summertime, springtime, just the sound of it. I understood what you were saying, Miss Coffee. I was like, Game Depot, that's a different place right there. But maybe she talking about Home Depot. I hope you find some great deals there. I be forgetting sometimes when I go to Home Depot to go to the clearance section. You know, they got that little section be off in the corner and they be having little real cheap pieces of things, especially like drywall and all of that kind of stuff. You know, don't forget to check that section over there when y'all be going to Home Depot. Yeah, you might find it in Home Depot. Yeah, just may find it. And two, if you got a Dollar General that's near you, right when you walk in the door of the Dollar General, they've been having like the tomato sticks and stuff like that. The little stakes, what you put your tomatoes and stuff on. So check Dollar General, and I think they only the tomato sticks are $1. So if they ain't $1 less in Home Depot, um, you might want to check your Dollar General, or maybe stop by Dollar General and see what they have prior to you going there, so you know how to whichever way. I'm just giving you the information. But Dollar General usually have the tomato steaks for $1 a piece. I can't even think about it. You're welcome, Miss Coffee. I didn't think about it, but I could run the tiller over here in this area instead of doing all of that work and trying to smooth it out. Save my back. Let me pull this till out and let it run through this thing and pull this stuff up out of this area right here. I got my well, I already showed y'all. We've been putting up the tomato steaks. Let me not say I, but my son and my daughter been putting up my steaks for me because I try to keep them pretty tall because sometimes our tomato plants grow extremely tall. But now it's time to start attaching them to the pole because some of them starting to lean to the side, lay to the side, or whatever. And we don't want that. We want them to stand tall. So I'll probably be working on that in a little bit. I need to put me a hammock right there in between those right there. What you think? That'll be a good place to put a hammock in between those two trees right there. Whew, I probably would never come from back here. But I don't want that experience that everybody be having when they fall out the hammock. I done seen way too many people flip out of them hammocks. Ain't nobody got time for that. Nobody ain't got time for that. There ain't no ground up. I'm on one day. I coming down the stairs, and I fell down the stairs. And I thought to myself, I'm gonna just give up walking because ain't nobody got time to be falling. Like all the times in my younger life, my younger days, I ain't never used to trip and fall or know none of that stuff. Nah, I wait to get this good old age close to 50 and then walking down the stairs and just fall down the stairs. Like, I'm on punishment from walking for a couple of days. That's a good one, ain't it? I'm on punishment from walking for a few days now. I done failed too. I done messed around and failed. Now don't y'all be blaming me. Y'all mess around and fell asleep while listening to this sprinkler now. Don't go and blame me and say Shauna had them sprinklers going and we done mess around and fell asleep and supposed to be working. And I got all calm and peaceful in the workplace. Right, Miss Coffee? The bones are different now. That's why I say I don't put myself on punishment from walking. from walking for a while. Girl, you better learn how to walk. Ain't nobody got time for that. Nah, but I was all right though. It's just the older you get, the scarier it is to fall. Yeah, you ain't like no little kid no more. You just fall down like my grandbaby. She fall, or my grandson fall down on the ground. They get up. Get up and keep on walking. It don't work that way no more when you get older. Ain't no dang. I know the squirrels mad. I interrupted their early morning eating. Put them sprinklers right on them for all the peanuts they ain't already ate out of them. Cause there ain't barely any left in there. I believe the way they been munching down. But we'll see when all the plants start to pop up. Whatever plants we gonna have left. Cause it's like 5 squirrels that be out here going to town on them every single morning. We'll know soon enough though. And this gonna be a good tree to sit up under too. While I'm waiting on the watermelon to grow, get up under this way, cause they got a long way to go. The water gotta come from all the way over there to all the way over to here. They gotta make it all the way over to this area. I think they got enough space. So what I have to do is, as they start to get longer and grow, I have to direct them over this way. So that they don't come through on the drive through the roundabout. We keep them off to the side over there. I'm gonna do y'all a sprinkle ASMR one day. where I just come out here and turn the video camera on and record the sprinkler going for about 2 hours, an hour or two, something like that. And then, you know, those of y'all who just want to hear the sprinklers going can come and turn on the video and listen to the sprinklers just go. When I'm telling y'all, every time I'm sitting out here with the sprinklers, like I literally can fall asleep sitting out here listening to them. But for those of y'all who weren't here, didn't come in immediately when I first started the live, we were here talking about trimming. Today was tree trimming day. We trimmed some limbs off the tree, getting it area ready for, and that's our fire that's going over there to get rid of the limbs, even though they kind of wet still. But anyways, but today we trimmed out here in the garden. And in life, sometimes you have to trim certain people, places, and things, all of the nouns. You have to trim some of those things out of your life. And so that's how we going to equate trimming of the trees to our gardening today. Sometimes we got to trim some things away. Sometimes the limb's too big for the tool that you're trying to use. So start where you can start as a start and keep on working your way up until you trim the things out of your life that you need to trim away. Even some of the plants that you're growing, if you let too many of the leaves grow away, it can take away from the production of the fruit that you make if you don't trim them. So sometimes it take a little trimming to get rid of some things. So if you find that you need to trim away some things from out of your life, because I know we all do, get your little clippers or your hedgers and go out and trim away some things and let that manifest in your real life. The things that you do out in the garden, let it manifest in real life. There's a lot of things I'm trying to trim away in my life, and sometimes it's very hard to do them. Um, but I'm going to get there. I know it's a process to getting it done, and I'm going through my process. I fight a little, but she trying to climb a little bit, but she ain't gonna do a whole bunch of nothing because Those limbs still wet coming off that tree. But anyways, I try to get rid of some of my mess that I put down there. Hmm. All right, you all, this has been our tree trimming session and trimming things away from your life. I know we all got some things we need to trim away over here. Thank you for joining Life with Tashanna over here, where it's like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get in one day. But usually we are always out in the garden. And sometimes we inside, but then that's when we just be all about all the talking. But out here in the garden, we are called the high class gardeners, and that just means we constantly growing something all year round, making sure we grow something and we to grow along with it. But the high class part just means we don't mess with no bugs, no worms, and no snakes. None of that stuff in real life. We don't mess with no bugs, worms, and snakes. So, and what we do out here in the garden is we take what we're doing in the garden and apply it to our life so that we can see the manifestations of where we going through our garden. So if you in for a journey like that and you into growing, whether it be in the garden or in real life, come along with us gardeners, us high class gardeners, and grow your garden too. We talk about a whole bunch of stuff out here in the garden. And that's not just about what we growing, but what we growing and going through out here in the garden. So you all, I just encourage you, even if you just take a pack of seeds and slang them down on the ground, let them do what they do. As long as you trying to grow something, put a sweet potato in the ground, let it do what it do. As long as you growing something. Get something out the fresh food section that you can eat yourself. Take some of the seeds out of it, pop them in the ground. Grow something. Grow something and watch you grow right along with the something that you're growing. All that matters is in life. You're growing. Why not grow some food along with it? But for now, I will see you all later, talk to you all later, and hopefully you all have an amazing day. I may or may not come back. It's according to what going on out here in the garden, but I'm gonna continue my work day on. And then if I need to come back or I got something to show y'all out here in the garden, I'll be back. I will be back. But for now, I will talk to you all later. Remember, trim, trim away all that you don't need.